Here's the full blueprint and cheat codes to catch more bass in fall, guaranteed. Let's talk lures, baby. Fall bass fishing is about matching the hatch. Colors matter more in fall than they do in spring and summer. First insider tip is to constantly change your cadence because fall bass are moodier than me. One day, try a burn and kill retrieve. Tomorrow, it's a twitch, pause, and so on. But the best hack is to go natural. Ghost color shads, translucent bluegill hues, and subtle greens are always going to work best in fall. So here are the best lures and baits to catch more bass no matter where you're fishing this fall all over the world. First is lipless crankbaits when you burn them across shallower flats to mimic fleeing shad. And jerkbaits are deadly in clear water when the bass are suspending. And spinnerbaits are perfect on windy days and in stained and darker water. We also love using football jigs dragged along rocky points for bigger bites. And big fall swim baits where you match the bait fish size and color to what's in there naturally and just slow roll it near any submerged structure for the biggest of bucket mouths. Hey, now's a great time to like and share this video and hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss our next great video. Thank you. Here's the location blueprint to finding and catching bass in fall. The first hack is to use electronics to find bait clouds and bait balls, not just individual fish, because bass will almost certainly follow the bait fish buffet in fall. And if they ain't there, just simply pick another spot. In early fall, you should start shallow, like in the backs of coves and near creek mouths and submerged grass edges where baitfish will push in. And as temperatures begin to drop below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, bass are going to move toward deeper staging areas. So in mid-fall, you want to target secondary points, the ends of bluffs, near rock transitions, and deeper drop-offs that are hugging structure. And remember, structure is not just for ambush, it retains heat in colder water. In late fall into winter, focus on the main lake points, deeper ledges, and lots of vertical structure. Let's face it, fall weather is unpredictable, but it can also be your best friend if you use it smartly. Cold fronts can often and do shut down the bite, but the day before the front is prime feeding time because bass are going to use their lateral lines and they'll be able to sense the barometric pressure drop and will feed aggressively, and that's a fact. And either way, during any inclement weather, it's always a good idea to downsize your bait presentation and fish slower. And another really great hack is on windy days to target the wind-blown banks and shorelines where fish and nutrients get pushed to the edges. Okay, folks, you still there? We certainly hope so, and that you'll take a bunch of these tips and tactics into play the next time you're out on the water chasing fall bass. Now for some really great rapid-fire tips, tricks, and hacks to give you even more of an advantage in fall chasing bass than someone who hasn't watched this video. In colder water, you always want to be using scent. By adding garlic oil or anise scent to your soft plastics, it's a game changer and can make a huge difference between catching fish or just catching a cold out there. And another great trick is to upgrade your fall hooks. Fall bass are going to hit hard. They don't want to miss out on a pre-winter meal. So don't lose fish to cheap or dull hooks. Make sure they're razor sharp and your line is free of any nicks or cuts. And you've tied, of course, an unbelievable uni knot as well. And always make sure you've got a good finesse rod with you during fall, because when the bass bite begins to slow down or dies completely, you want to switch to more of a finesse presentation with a Ned rig or a drop shot rig and slow it down for sure. And in late fall, you can try to fish vertically because bass are going to be stacking in the deep. And if you're out on a boat like we are here, use bladed baits with flash or jigging spoons vertically fished in a silver color combinations that are going to mimic minnows and baitfish and fleeing shad. Okay, let's circle back to fall bass behavior because this is really important to be able to think like a bass so you can find them and catch more of them now. As the water temperature by you is probably around the 50s or lower now, bass are just now entering their feeding frenzy, and it's certainly not random or haphazard. They're absolutely following the baitfish migration, and they're going to be stacking up in deeper transition zones and feeding more so in shorter, tighter, more aggressive windows. The secret is that bass don't roam around aimlessly in late fall. They're going to be stacking near underwater structure that intersects with bait routes, food, more oxygen in the water, near points, creek mouths like we've talked about, and channel swings. And a secret that most bass anglers probably don't even know is that bass will often suspend in mid-water column depths in fall, especially in clear water. So if you're only dragging baits along the bottom, you're likely going to miss out on catching numbers. So fish two rods if you're out with a buddy and use different depths and baits with each. All right, now let's wrap up, folks. Fall bass fishing isn't about luck. It's all strategy. So again, start shallower in early fall near creek mouths, grass edges, and weed lines. And as the temperatures drop, follow the baitfish migration into secondary points, bluff ends, and deeper ledges. Use lipless crankbaits to cover more water fast, and jerk baits are great for suspending bass that we just talked about. You can use spinner baits on windy banks and always match the hatch in fall with subtle greens and translucent bluegill hues like we talked about. And don't just look for single fish. Trace the baitfish balls and clouds because no bait equals no bass. And fish hard before a cold front in fall. And post front, downsize and slow it down. Okay, folks, that's it. Please like this video and share it with your fellow fishing friends and enthusiasts. And hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay updated with all of our latest fishing tips, tricks, hacks, secrets, expert advice, gear reviews, and gear recommendations. So just join our community of passionate anglers today, and you'll never miss out on all the valuable insights that we post daily, and all these will improve your fishing skills and knowledge and up your fishing game. Tight lines will see out on the fall water soon. Go get the bucket mouths, baby. Okay, folks, thanks for watching. Please like this video, hit the subscribe button before you leave, and don't forget to enable your bell notifications so you never miss another great video coming your way.